BrainJuice Media. Fuel your mind.
Ever had one of those conversations where you completely lose track of time? Where you feel seen, heard, and connected on a level that's hard to put into words? Those moments aren't just random. They're built on fascinating psychological principles that anyone can learn and use. Today, we're diving into the psychology behind deep conversations and how they can transform your relationships, your understanding of others, and even yourself. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be armed with the tools to create truly meaningful connections. What if I told you that deep conversations are the key to unlocking trust, intimacy, and even influence in your personal and professional life? And what if I told you that anyone, yes, even the most introverted among us, can master this art? Let's break it down. At the core of every deep conversation is emotional connection. Psychologists have found that humans are hardwired for connection. It's literally in our DNA. But what sets deep conversations apart is vulnerability. Sharing your thoughts, feelings, and experiences creates a sense of intimacy. And when both parties reciprocate, that's when the magic happens. But here's the catch: vulnerability has to feel safe. If you want to have a deep conversation, start by creating an environment where the other person feels respected and heard. Deep conversations aren't just about what you say, they're about how well you listen. And I'm not talking about nodding and waiting for your turn to speak. I'm talking about active listening. When you listen actively, you're not just hearing words, you're picking up on emotions, body language, and even what's left unsaid. Reflect back what you hear, ask follow-up questions, and show genuine curiosity. It's a game changer. That's interesting. Can you tell me more? It sounds like that really impacted you. How did it feel? What I hear you saying is... If you want to steer a conversation into deeper territory, the secret lies in asking the right questions. Surface-level questions like, "How's your day?" are fine, but deep conversations thrive on open-ended, thought-provoking questions. What's a moment that's changed your perspective on life? What's something you're passionate about that most people don't know? What's been on your mind lately? Questions like these invite storytelling, introspection, and connection. They're the keys to unlocking someone's inner world. And don't forget to follow up with more questions to go even deeper. Curiosity is your best friend here. Here's a counterintuitive tip. Don't be afraid of silence. We've been conditioned to think that silence is awkward, but in deep conversations, silence is where reflection happens. When you give someone the space to think, you're telling them that their words matter. And often what comes after a moment of silence is pure gold. Maintain eye contact and an open posture. Breathe deeply and stay relaxed. Wait for the other person to naturally fill the space. Deep conversations are a two-way street. If you want someone to open up, you've got to be willing to do the same. Share your own stories, struggles, or dreams. But here's the key: don't dominate the conversation. The best deep conversations feel like a dance, with both people contributing equally and building on each other's energy. And when you share, focus on authenticity over perfection. People resonate with realness. One of the most powerful things you can do in a deep conversation is validate the other person's feelings. Even if you don't agree with their perspective, acknowledging their emotions builds trust and connection. That sounds really tough. I can see why you'd feel that way. Sometimes people don't need advice, they just need to feel heard. And that's where validation becomes your superpower. Try phrases like, "That makes sense," or "I totally understand why you'd feel that way." Finally, the foundation of every deep conversation is presence. Put away distractions, make eye contact, and show up fully. When you're genuine, people can sense it, and that authenticity is what makes deep conversations so impactful. Deep conversations aren't just about what you say, they're about who you are in that moment. Being fully present sends a message: you matter to me. Before you wrap up a deep conversation, don't forget to express gratitude. Thank the other person for opening up, sharing their thoughts, or just spending time with you. Gratitude reinforces the connection and leaves both people feeling valued. I really appreciate you sharing that with me. It means a lot. So, are you ready to start having conversations that matter? Try out these tips and watch how they transform your connections, whether it's with friends, family, or someone you've just met. If this video inspired you, give a thumbs up. Share it with someone who loves meaningful conversations, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the art and science of human connection.